Uh, Hang on. All right, fuck the countdown. We're getting right into this. Hello. Oh God. Oh Jesus. Oh God. Okay. Hang on. Let me open this tab. We're gonna get into this. I need to open up. Also, clip paint. Oh no, no. Fuck clip paint. We're just gonna MS Paint. I don't want to bother with that. Paint. Hi. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. Okay. Hang on. Okay. All right. Okay. 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 This stream is gonna be a lot to work with here. Okay. I just woke up out of a nap, barely awake face, but we're gonna do you a whiteboard or do you want to paint your canvas? I need a whiteboard, but I don't have a. Maybe if I get a stand. Hang on. I mean, like. Come on. I don't have a stand yet, but we're working on it. Okay. All right. Hang on. I gotta erase. Also, my calendar. Excited to throw out all my scheduling. Hang on. Let me do this. Okay. Go. Okay. Hang on. All right. Hang on. Hang on. I don't have an actual real eraser. It's like the best we're gonna. I don't have anything to put this on. So I'm just gonna keep it next to you. It doesn't mean. Okay. Okay. All right. Hang on. No. We can do. All right. So the whiteboard. The whiteboard is gonna come in handy in a whiteboard. First, we need to figure out the fundamentals of our theorems here. All right. Hang on. Whew. Woke up my brain. Okay. Okay. Hang on. Okay, let's get into this. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. Okay, so first things first, let me expand. So we do need to. All right, let me pull. Hang on, hang on. I know what I'll do. What is this? You are now being. All right, barbecue sauce. You are out. I have to go download the. Yo, big follows. Anybody else want some big follows? Ugh. Okay, no, hang on, everyone. Okay, hold on. There's chaos here. I'm fucking headphones. Feel more at home. I don't. Perfect. Okay, here's our theorem, right? Let's pull up MS. Shit, shit. What image? Up. Oh wait. Oh my god, I just lost. Okay, never mind. We'll just go ahead and pull up my thing. That's fine. So here we go, right? So we have this question here. This is something that I. This is I literally I woke. I woke up out of a nap and I was like, "Holy shit, this question is extremely good, and I want to know." Um, so what we're gonna try and do here today is we're gonna try and figure out how would life evolve. How would life evolve in an infinite McDonald's? Okay, so let me move my. Okay, so let's see here. We've got a number of things. Let me get some music going. What should we listen to here today, y'all? I'm thinking YouTube. thinking copy copyright free. What the fuck is dark synth? What the fuck is dark synth? Strange eons. McDonald's ever release a McDonald's music? Is there any I want some McDonald's.
Yeah. Chilling at the crib with the fam, right? Got a party planned, it's gonna be a big night. But before we get to bumping the beats, I'm thinking maybe we should go and get us something to eat. It's a McDonald's like just up the street. We can make it pretty quick if we just hustle our feet. My son said, I don't want McDonald's. I said, listen, buddy, I got a real big craving for some chicken nuggets. And I'm buying, so come on, we slide into the spot where they fry them up in grease, then they lie them in the box. We walked in, I ran to the counter like a boss. Let me get a number 10 and some sweet and sour sauce. But this dude was rude in a bad mood. He gave me two, wasn't cool, I just want food. And he was acting in an unpleasant manner, and then he...
Oh, that's my alarm. Hang on, I gotta clock back into work. Okay. All right, back to business. Okay, all right. Okay. This is 10 minutes long. 10 minutes long. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave this in the background while we talk. Okay, so all right, let's go back to what our question here is. So we're trying to solve a problem, right? We're trying to solve this issue of how would life evolve in the infinite McDonald's. So let's just, it's like a McDonald's, but oh shit, it's gonna be a hard question. Okay, so let me read it off here for you guys. I'll even give it the proper amount of respect it deserves. Let's say some guys in the future make a dimension where it's just an infinite McDonald's, and they just throw 10 million of every animal on Earth into there. How would life evolve there? Would it be a place dominated by invertebrates? Great question. Fantastic question. Today in this essay, I will be explaining why, whatever this means. Okay. All right, let's see here. So, if we, oh, holy shit, I'm gonna need, okay, let's start a square one here, right? First things first, we're gonna need the, let's say, what is an infinite McDonald? Oh, we increase the font size on this. Okay. Okay, and then let me go ahead and loop this so that way we can make sure I'm not to take time off. Okay, so we have ourselves this question, right? What is the infinite McDonald's? And okay, let's presume you asked me a suggestion in the box for later. And then since then, doesn't know. Would we place dominated? Where is this? Did you mean what you said in Discord? Okay, so first of all, what is an infinite McDonald's? I'm gonna draw a little thing here just to get an idea. I'm thinking an infinite McDonald's is probably realistically speaking, an infinite McDonald's. Is it the walls are infinite like the Windows 95 screensaver? Wait, one thing. If starting off like a starting universe or infinite McDonald's is something popped up into our world. We're gonna presume the foundations of life. The universe began in the Big Bang, and the Big Bang took place in some McDonald's kitchen, and it just expanded outwards. Now it does beg the question. It does say here 10 million of every animal on Earth is there. So we're just transferring the animals over and adapting to seeing how they would survive that. Is it incredible? Oh, so it's incredibly tall too? I don't think so. I think most McDonald's, other than the world's largest McDonald's, which is in Orlando, Florida, which does rule and does smack, and if they do serve spaghetti, is 3 stories tall, and they have a slide that goes in the 3rd to the 1st floor, and it rules, and it smacks, and it's cool, and they serve spaghetti. So, okay, you're saying it's McDonald's that's more like the manga Blame, right? Blame architecture. manga. So you're saying it's more like this, where it's just like an infinite, like a cataclysmically large, infinite architecture McDonald's that goes in all directions. A Dyson sphere McDonald's. Okay, so you're saying the Dyson sphere McDonald's theory. Okay, so let's look up a Dyson sphere just so we have a reference here. Just out of curiosity, Dyson sphere McDonald's, does that exist? No. Okay, good to know. So, okay, let's say we're going with the infinite architecture theory. So, cool. All right, let's say I'll write that down here. Let's make it in like 14 font. Let's call it infinite Dyson sphere McDonald's infinite X Y Z axis. Okay, so that's what we got right now. We have like we can take a little thing here and whoop, that's the, so here's the Earth. There we go, that's the Earth. We'll put like a little bit of like, and then some blue, you know, because it's Earth. And then we just like take a little brown, let's say brown, like infinite McDonald's theorem. And we like little sign sticking out. And it's got the golden arches. Great, cool. Okay. What is the question? It's not just 4 walls and a grill. No, this comes down to the next question. So now we have to establish what is the various biomes. We have to establish what are the biomes of the McDonald's. So hang on, McDonald's. Wrong color. Let's go with brown. McDonald's biome. Okay. Okay, let's go here. 18. Okay, shit. Hang on. Biomes. Okay, there we go. We'll even like try and line that. Cool. All right. Now let's say A. Let's look up what is the average architecture of McDonald's. Let's look up Middle America McDonald's. One more time. No, McDonald's layout. Okay. That's a restaurant plan. Okay, I think we got ourselves what we're looking at here. Infinite ice cream machines, none of them work. Okay. Okay, I've got cat allergies. You want to take a look at that? That's my pile. That's my mound of cat allergies. This is infinite amount of ice cream machines, which means the subdecimal chance there is one which works. That's purely Wasteland legend. No one actually, it's like the blue star caps. No one actually is certain if there's a working ice cream machine. Okay? Anyhow. Okay. So let's see, let's pull this up. So, okay, we have this. What's this one?
McDonald's is a place to rock. It is a restaurant where they buy food to eat. It is a good place to listen to the music. People flock here to get down to the rock music. Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's.
That'll do for now. Anyhow, so all right, so we have, let's look at here. So our biomes can be broken down. Okay, our biomes can be broken down into seating area, fryers, bathrooms. What else? Help me here. Chat, I need this. I can't keep switching between this because I'm using MS Paint. They would use there's a seating area, fryers, bathrooms, freezers. There's no living quarters inside of McDonald's. I don't know what the play place. Med bay, what the fuck? Manager's office though. EDEF. Manager's office. Okay. Kitchen. Oh, cashiers. F. G. Cashiers. Look here.
McDonald's hamburgers are the worst.
Changing
They
room.
are worse than Burger King.
Fuck?
A Big Mac has 26
What the
grams of
fuck
fat.
has a
A
changing
quarter
room?
pounder has 28 grams of fat.
Are there? Does anyone here? Has anyone here worked at a McDonald's? Garbage room. I refuse to believe that. This is a big fucking McDonald's. I don't know about this. Let's open this one. Let's open this one. This one looks more accurate.
Chicago, Wheaties, breakfast of champions.
Okay. This is incomprehensible. We gotta find a McDonald's layout. This. This might be what we need to use.
McDonald's is a place to rock. It is a restaurant where they buy food to eat.
Okay.
It is a place to listen to the music. People
Okay, oh, and the drive-through counter. Found it. Drive-through counter. Drive-through counter. Okay, so I can't think of anything else here in these biomes. So let's say in an infinite landscape, we have to have these biomes that would connect together, and they probably connect together in a relatively natural way until eventually they reflexively turn on themselves. I have to presume seating areas are sort of the grasslands of this landscape, right? They're like these middle areas, you know? Like, there would be shitload of trash with McDonald's and you become Argent. Do we count the outside of McDonald's? Like the garbage area? Or do we just say, like, what? No, we have to presume this is like the SCP IKEA, right? Like everything just keeps like organically regenerating somehow. We just have to presume. I think there, yeah, the infinite space. I don't think we can abide. I don't think we can abide by the idea that there is a parking lot here, because I don't think anyone. I don't think anyone can be approaching this situation. I think it just has to be like, you're in it, right? You don't approach this unless you're coming from space, in which case maybe there's like a giant. The moon is like the dumpster, but like, it does beg the question, the existential nightmare: what is a drive-through counter, and when there is no drive-through area?
A Big Mac has 26 grams of fat. A quarter pounder has 28 grams of fat. Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and
Trying to grab this
McDonald's.
image. There it is.
McDonald's.
Got it. There we go. Fuck yes. Okay, cool. Now we can have it. Okay.
Breakfast of champions.
Would you guys think it would be like a bunch of McDonald's connected to one another? Or alternatively, do you think it would be like just this menagerie of McDonald's? Like you enter like the bathrooms don't always go to the bathrooms, and like there's a bathroom door, and because like in a McDonald's, the only open areas are the seating areas, which like would connect outwards to other places. So like there'd probably be like it would be like seating areas with like 4 McDonald's around it, like where all the rest of the pieces are, and then like you'd have like a library of freezer, and then you'd have this like nigh infinite play place, you know? Would fish not exist? Where would ocean animals live?
They serve quarter pounders. They will put pounds on you. Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's.
I have to presume. Okay, so let's say like the fillet of fish exists. That's true. Okay, so let's think about this. Because if you have the bathrooms, what the fuck? All the fish would have to exist in the toilets, and like in the toilet pipes. There would be an ocean beneath this entire McDonald's, because it'd be where all the toilets connect to. I don't know who would be the toilets, but that's where all the fish would be. And I guess some of them, the fish would be like they'd swim up to the top. They'd like get up to the top of the let's maybe like no one's flushing them, so they just be like stagnant water. So like it just be like this, like sort of like this, like all the water, the bathrooms might flood, and that might create your first situation. So, which is interesting. That's the first animal that we've managed to break down. That's the first animal we've considered in this equation.
They are worse than Burger King.
They're worse
A
than.
Big Mac has 26 grams of fat. A quarter pounder has 28 grams of fat. Rock and
Like,
roll
I can't think of anything worse than the idea that a fish is designed to live in a pipe. That would be probably a disgusting creature. It'd be like those weird creepypasta videos you might have seen, where they're like, it's like you're like a sewer camera you're seeing, and then like down in the sewers there's like a weird thing and it like rolls around, or it's like a weird meatball. Where would they even get their supplies from? There are no actual industry. Interesting question. The answer to which is actually it's going to be solved at an SCP Infinite IKEA.
McDonald's is a place to rock.
So in the Infinite IKEA, which is an SCP, it is an IKEA that is essentially it is this exact issue, right? It's an infinite IKEA, and it begs the question, what, like, where would it all come from? I think in this situation, the McDonald's, being that they are infinite, the resources would probably, like, the McDonald's themselves would probably need to like activate and like conduct themselves in sort of like as if it were still producing. So like there'd be like a certain amount of Big Macs and McBurgers and the like that would come sliding down the heater tray. So like animals would probably like almost similar to watering holes. Animals would probably be gathering around waiting for like the Big Mac burgers and their little wraps to like out of the thing. Okay, but hear me out. If you want life to evolve there, this person and this person in the future are making a. I would say they can take some liberties and add sections of the store that have, instead of grills, freezers, etc., they have labs to either create more meat and fish, etc. But there's no people here. There's no people in this equation. There is 0 people in this equation. There is no human life here. It is 10 million of every animal, but no human. So like, hang on. Okay, hang on. Wait, I'm not redefining. Wait, hang on. What's the issue we're having here? They push a button and juice comes out. Yeah, exactly. I'm talking like food just like off the tray, like it just arrives, and people are like, the animals are like, great, I love it. Literally, you're defining dimension. You absolutely. Wait, I'm sorry. What the fuck? What is the? I can't understand the discourse going on right now in this chat. What is the issue here? You're creating dimension of McDonald's. It's not about whether you can make McDonald's work, but what happens when it's just McDonald's. Yeah, that's true. This might be an unstable dimension. Like, I think we're gonna find out by the end of this whether or not an infinite McDonald's is a livable scenario. A McDimension. Not redefine a McDonald's. Okay. Hang on. I'm not here to fix the McDonald's universe. We're here to make it this Frankenstein, and we're here to find out what would happen in it. It is still a McDonald's. It is the McDonald's. It is it. It still has tile floors connected to the same store. Yeah, it would be arguably one large McDonald's. It'd be one McDonald's. Oh, so you're saying? Wait a minute. Are you saying that instead of there being multiple biomes of each one, like it's multiple McDonald's attached together, you're saying there's just one large biome for each and every single thing, like sort of like infinite stretches? Or are you saying like, or are you trying to propose to me the idea that like, God, it's Eva Cat Mom. Your name is in a color on my chat that is nigh unreadable. I know it's you, but I can't read it. Every floor has its own full-on McDonald's. It's self-sustaining. Now, self-sustaining, I'm not gonna say self-sustaining. I think we need to find out where the holes are in this plan. Okay, hang on. Let's get back to our thesis here, right? So we know what the Infinite McDonald's is. The Infinite McDonald's is a amalgamation We're playing. Okay, the Infinite McDonald's, as I am defining it in this play space, is an infinite place, more like. Am I right? Am I right? Is an infinite like menagerie of various biomes, these areas of a McDonald's that you would normally go to, such as the play place, the freezers, the bathrooms, the fryers. But they have a relative level of normalcy where you might, like the freezers and the fryers, despite being the last things you want near each other, are probably really close to one another in the natural settings of these biomes. You're more likely to find one. But on the other side of a freezers, it might be something else. You might have a manager's office where you might find like the cashiers or something, you know, you don't know. So I think there's this creates this no, this world itself is a Dyson sphere. Do you know what a Dyson sphere is? I'm gonna explain what a Dyson sphere is. A Dyson sphere is a hang on, it'll explain here. Dyson sphere is considered the end all be all. It's a hypothetical megastructure that completely encompasses a star and captures a large center of its power output. The idea here is that this McDonald's is a Dyson sphere wrapped around a star where it is generating all of its power. That is, like, I think what we're working on right now. And everything within is run by some sort of McDonald's AI, which we will call Grimace, I think. Grimace is God. Grimace is the god that the AI tending the crypt of humanity that is now just an infinite Dyson sphere McDonald's, okay? That's the lore. That's the situation, all right? So Grimace is the one producing the burgers. Grimace is the one that is like doing all of this hard work, but like is a completely ambivalent god. It doesn't give a shit about anything. It exists to maintain the status quo what it has created. Grimace is here, and Grimace is going to produce burgers and slide them out in the hot trays. That's it. And it's going like the reason the water pipes constantly are running, the reason all that shit, all that unexplainable shit that we couldn't possibly understand how it could possibly work, Grimace does it. Okay? All right. So moving forward with the idea that Grimace is God, let's move into this next section here, where I want to talk about the natural layout. We can presume that the biomes all connect into one another infinitely in a various intangible and random assortments, though they would have probably some sort of probability involved, if I had to imagine. There's like you're more probable to find certain places than certain other places. Like the play places are most likely attached to the seating areas. But like occasionally you might find it in other places because that's infinite for you. It's a complete randomization. Okay, so let's say I'll make a little example here. With this pencil. Let's just like let's call this like a little space here. Oh shit, I had to put it over here. Hang on. Okay. I'm getting real tired of this guy's voice. Let's mix this up. Hang on.
Rock over London, rock on Chicago, Wheaties, represent champions.
Okay, that'll make things easier. Okay. No. I want 1.5. Actually, you know what?
McDonald's is a place to rock.
Cool.
It is a restaurant
Awesome.
where they buy food to eat.
Cool.
It is a good place to listen.
All right, so let's go ahead and make this again. Let's call this like we'll say seating area here. Let's say cashiers here. Let's say a play place is here. And then like you have like bathrooms here. And then let's say this is where you like the kitchen area would probably be like this. Okay, maybe. Oh, let me reorganize. I have to build out a McDonald's kind of. Okay, so we'll call this like we'll say like this is cashier area where you have like the ice cream machines and everything. And then this is like the frying area. And then you have like manager's office. Then you have like freezers and fryers. And then you have like, random other shit. This is like an assembly area. So let's just put like cash. And then we'll call this like fryers. Very hard to write upside down.
It is a restaurant where they buy food to eat.
try, and we'll call this like assembly line. Assembly. We'll call this like MO. We'll call this one freezer. And like this is play, sit, be, bath. Okay, so like look, like this is like a this is like whatever, you know, right? This is kind of like whatever. It's just kind of like this like it's like this like vague amalgamation, right? And then this and then you just tile them onto each other in random directions and like different configurations until they wrap around a Dyson sphere and create a nigh infinite space, right? So okay, so there we have this idea of like of the and then let's call this like drive-through DT. That's how they call the biz. I think that's everything, right? Yeah, that's everything. Okay, so all right, so you work in a burger restaurant? Do you? Do you work in a burger restaurant? You work in a burger restaurant, you need to speak up right now. You're gonna become infinitely more useful to me right now if you do. You're gonna be incredibly important to the overall construction of this. It's called Cowhead? Cowhead burger. Like this? Burgers look okay. That's the bitch. Okay, yeah, that's a fucking. Oh, they got a fancy grill. Oh, we don't got that. We don't got that. McDonald's assembly line. Look at that. Look at that. That right there, that's your crops. That right there is your crops. Those are like, this is how it all comes out. Grimace produces these, right? That's what the fuck I'm talking about. All right, so let's go back to, okay. All right. So we have our, okay, so we have our setting, right? More or less we have our setting. It's infinitely connecting random assortment of various McDonald's layouts that create sort of a mega McDonald's, the ultimate McDonald's, the final McDonald's. And now we need to, okay, so let's go back to our thesis question here, which is, let's say some guy in the future is making a dimension where it's an infinite McDonald's and they just throw 10 million of every animal on Earth into this. How would life? Fantastic question. Okay, I guess we have to, let's look up the foundations of life, huh? Foundations of life. Let's go to, no. Animal chain life? Is that what it's called? Food chains. Let's go food chains. Herbivores can still eat potato and the lettuce and the pickles and the onions. Right? Right? No, because they'd also be adapting to eat others sometimes, don't you think? I think it'd be the scavenger animals that would really, the scavenger animals would thrive, and most other animals would probably also eat like the cooked food, but like they could still eat each other. So we have to consider that like they would still need like defenses, they would still need to be prepared. I'm thinking like in this biome here. Let's see, what is the food chain? Okay. There we go. We have a food chain, which is grass. Grass is the producer. So in our setting, the producer would be yes, they also are self-forming into the finished product. Grimace, the AI that builds all of these burgers, is the one that creates them. So that's how that works. Camouflage would be fucking awesome. Oh my god. Grimace is the producer. Grimace produces all the various meals on the McDonald's menu. Let's look at the Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. Oh boy, oh boy. Do they get rid of mixed salads? Did they get rid of mixed salads? Craving a McDonald's now. I don't want McDonald's. I think they got rid of view full menu. There we go. I think they got rid of the salads. Well, that's not good for our herbivore. That's extremely not good for our herbivore. Grimace would be the sun. No, the Dyson sphere of the McDonald's wraps around the sun. So check yourself. I'm not sure they have salads anymore. How would they create a new product? Where would they test it? Don't worry about those. This is an age-old recipe that like was the final McDonald's recipes, like the final versions that ever got made. And whatever was the version, whenever life died out on this infinite McDonald's Dyson sphere, it produced. I'm gonna run a tabletop game in this setting. It created a like. Actually, really enamored by the idea of running a tabletop game in this setting. So this infinite McDonald's is being like whatever was the final version of the recipes that got made before humanity or whatever the fuck died out. Grimace is producing that last known version and constantly producing it on a regular basis, a certain amount every single day. And more than likely, this is produced some sort of like by absorbing and like being in self-cleaning mechanisms. Grimace is not a person in a costume. Grimace is an overwhelming AI like Shodan. Check yourself. I don't know what kind of animal is Grimace. Grimace. McDonald's. Oh, he's a character, is what he is. Character, large anthropomorphic. Okay, so his species is character. Cool. That's actually kind of true since Grimace creates the maintain. So infinite McDonald's, he would have a shitload of body heat, which would also slightly produce. Are you saying Grimace is also the star at the center? Whoa, what the fuck? Hey, what the fuck happened? That's fine, we'll go back to this. That's okay, we'll go back to this. Playback speed. No, this is actually, I need a little faster. Double speed. All right, cool. All right, so let's see here. So Grimace is apparently just an unidentifiable thing. So that's great. That helps support our now streamer, check Discord real quick. Okay, what's going on here? Cream hole? Oh god. Oh no. What are you all trying to do? Oh. Alright. Hang on. Alright, you got me for a second here. Hello?
Just for a second. For a second.
You got me. You have 3 minutes on the clock. Go.
Okay, so just really quick, I want to define our space and our definitions. So we're working of Dyson Sphere Infinite McDonald's.
Okay. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, so and what that means is that it's an ever expanding Dyson sphere of McDonald's in all directions, up, down, left, right, back, forward, all wrapped around a sun, which is powering an AI.
Yes.
Named Grimace.
Yes.
That is running an experiment where we have created the space, flooded it with current animals from our time in Earth, and also altered the restaurants only insofar as to make them automated.
Yes.
And infinitely producing.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I just wanted those definitions rolled out so that we could have the experiment defined, and we are trying to see now that those are defined. Now that the space is laid out, we figure out how the space is laid out, and then we figure out how animals from our time could potentially be placed in this space and adapt.
Yes. I'm now going to move on to the next section, which is we're going to figure out if we inject all known living types of animals into this space and let them evolve for like 1,000 years, what would happen to them?
So I'm gonna give you back your stream,
Okay.
and stop hijacking it, and go back to typing. Good luck. This is probably the funniest thing I've seen in at least a couple of weeks. So good job.
That's good, because I am that Red Bull. I am fucking going. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. Science. Okay. All right. Here we go. So let's get this going. Right. Let's go look up what are the kind. Okay. Where was that image? I just had that image and I lost it. Fuck. Food chain. Let's get the food chain up, right? And I'm gonna take this up and I'm gonna open this up in its own separate thing, and we're gonna work on it. So let's go up here. Let's save this. We'll just put that there. I hope there's nothing evil in my stuff. File, new. No, let's just open a new paint file. Paint. File, open. Show anything cursed. Okay, cool. Okay, so now let's get this going here. Let's go like, whoop, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of this shit. All right. Let's go ahead and just like type in grimace. Okay, cool. So let's call this Grimace. Grimace is our producer. Now we need the primary consumers. We already know roaches and various bugs are the natural, the animals that would thrive most in aesthetic. But they also would come to like there would also be the rodents and everything else. So, what is defined as a primary consumer? What is a primary consumer? Examples. There are no trees, which means you will have to walk on 2 feet. Would exist. That's true, but there are lights, like hanging lights. So animals could still like with a fucking monkey their way across. Conveyor belt. Wait, hang on. Oh, I gotta read up. If producing is still deviating from the original script. I don't think we're deviating from the original script because it's saying it's an McDonald's and just throw it alone. How would life evolve there? It doesn't say whether or not it's an infinite McDonald's. It's got to have infinite food, or else this whole argument falls apart. Everything would starve to death. Let's see here. Okay. Hang on. I need more examples. Consumer. Primary consumers are herbivores feeding on plants, caterpillars, insects, and examples. Okay, herbivores. Okay, so they're primary consumers. Gotcha. Okay. So that's gonna be get rid of this shit, and then I'll put herbivores, so that way we know what the hell that is. Okay, and then we can get rid of secondary consumers are probably gonna be carnivores. Oh god, I don't know anything about stuff. Okay. You need a lot of space and tech to fit a conveyor belt. They make every item McDonald's offers. Do they have? Okay, does anyone here work at McDonald's? Can they confirm? Do they have conveyor belts in McDonald's? That's just something I don't know. I don't think they do, right? They just like slide that shit across the cutting board, right? You need a lot of space and tech to fit a entropy. The only things that can survive off lettuce, pickles, onions, and tomatoes would be the primary consumers. Yes. So everything would be based across the rats, the cockroaches, the bugs, just like all those things that can eat from like the toppings bar, basically. They would be the creatures that have no problem surviving off of like ketchup packets that have been crushed. Okay, so honestly, the primary consumers are our easiest group to deal with. They're the ones that make sense because they already exist in our McDonald's in real life. So, the McDonald's dimension infinite ingredients get energy by being produced by Grimace. Well, like, because we don't have, there's no sunlight. There's only artificial light. So everything that gets produced in those settings would have zero oh, there would be no natural exposure to the sun. All of the animals would have a vitamin D deficiency. Oh shit, they'd all be like, I mean, the plants would be real. I'm gonna presume that all the plants would probably exist from like all the plants are probably being produced and coming from like Grimace's food plants or whatever, or like actually realistically probably like a weird paste or something. I don't know. What do you mean no sunlight? Grimace's body heat is high enough to turn into a sun. But that's heat. That's not Grimace is the AI, right? And technically speaking, the sun. But Grimace is merely the structure, like the bones, the skeleton, the corpse that this McDonald's is living in is Grimace. And Grimace produces these natural, like, Burger King burgers. Burger King burgers? Sorry. Big Macs and double Big Macs and bacon Big Macs. And they put them all into the trays and stuff like that. So, okay, all right. Now, how would living... We're gonna go through every single one of these groups, I think, and we're gonna figure out how would they be affected. How would they be affected by living inside of an infinite McDonald's? One, we already know there is no sun. There is no sunlight because all they have to work off of is the lighting above. So let's go ahead and put in no sunlight. Check the milk. Is it vitamin D fortified? That's a great fucking question, actually. Let's go find out. McDonald's milk. Not milkshake. McDonald's milk. Low-fat milk is an excellent sort of calcium of good source of vitamin A and D. Okay, so they do have some sources of vitamin A and D. There's also orange juice. There's definitely orange juice. So we do have some minor sources that they can work off of. Okay. Oh, this is not a very good menu to live off of. All right. So let's see. The primary consumers, fine. They exist as they do now. There would be zero change except for maybe some of the more of the mammal versions of the primary consumers, like the mice and the rats, might be more pale. They might have like things like, oh my god, the lights would never turn off. It would never be nighttime. Nocturnal animals would be fucked. Do you think they have a natural closing time? Do you think that like certain sections would go into a natural like nighttime state? Where like it was like you just like see the lights like doom, 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 doom. Like a Walmart turning off, you know? Like, do you think like they would have like okay, these are the closing hours, like we just like shut everything down, and they shut like Grimace like shuts down section like whole slots, sort of like a rotating actual sunlight situation, because that's like the closing and opening times would have been in those sections. Right? But like also it would be understandable in a Dyson Sphere setting or a McDonald's to I mean most of the McDonald's, like the ones near me, are 24/7. So never mind, they're all open. So the lights never turn off. There's no sunlight, but there is no nighttime. Oh, holy shit, that's intense. Oh, holy shit, that's intense. Okay. All right, yeah. So there's no natural sunlight, which means luckily there is plenty of heat, especially near the fryers, so like cold-blooded animals can exist. But with no natural sunlight, oh, that's incredibly dangerous. Let me look up types of animals. Types of animals. Yeah! Here we go. We got animals, baby. Okay, so how would, in this setting, so we've got no sunlight, we have no nighttime. What else do we have? Little herbs. And we have like no What other deficiencies would there be? Watering holes would probably be like roving, like roving, like mop buckets, right? Like floor cleaning mop buckets that would just been left there. Those count as watering holes probably. Spilled, like spills on the floor and shit like that. Those would probably be like the closest thing to watering holes. Like water is not. I don't think that'd be a huge. Though there is no natural system. There would have to be a fire to activate the sprinklers to create rain, which I'm curious. Do you think an animal might adapt for that? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Grimace probably would keep it like... It would require a certain level of intelligence to an understanding of the machine. But then again, monkeys pilot spaceships, so... Whatever. I guess if, like, there's, like, a fire alarm, an animal could trigger a fire alarm to make rain. No open bodies of water. Soda machines have water. That's true. Soda machines would be... Oh, man, but soda machines require you to hit buttons. Confusing water access. Call that. Okay, so let's go through the types of animals and figure out how they would be affected, right? So... Amphibians, birds, fish, mammals, reptiles, and prey. Okay. Okay, so let's see. I'm not taking me back to Wicked. Take me back. List of animals. It's just a list of animals. Oh, that rules. God, I'm looking. The animals shrink? Why do you think the animals shrink? Parrots would be fine. God, you'd have like panthers living in like the play place would become a jungle. It would become a plastic jungle. Okay, let's assume everything shrinks. Parrots would be fine. It can shrink. Nightbot, you're on thin. Let's say actually I set up Nightbot to do that, so it does it every 15. Saying animals probably small. The animals evolve. We would get a lot more smaller animals. I think there would be, since it is mostly speaking probably going to be a single story. Well, it is infinite, but you probably have to go upstairs to get to the next, or like go up the play place in the next story. So animals would probably not get as large as elephants. Elephants would probably very quickly die off. I think it's safe to say that like if you put 10 million elephants into the infinite McDonald's, it's an unsustainable atmosphere for them. Elephants dead. Horses probably. List of historical. Okay. List of individual dogs. List of oldest dogs. Wow. Good boy. Okay, anyhow, back to what I was doing. Let's see here. Not by domestication, by eating behavior. No, come on. This is rough. I want animals. Go to animals. Okay. Up. Ecology, characteristics. Oh! Ecology. Nice! Found it. Okay. Wow, these are a lot of words here. I just want to know, what are the types of animals? Types of animals. No, it's like an animal category. Okay, cool. We'll just use the Google suggestions. Anyhow. Well, yeah, but I want to go through and try to understand. Because, like, mammals would probably have the best chance of survival. Mammals typically are herbivores. Can be herbivores, omnivores, or carnivores, and I think generally speaking, they deep down for chimps, little maintenance roles. So I think most mammals, if they're evolving, humans would exist. Okay, let's presume this is the period before humans exist. Cavemen might come up in the McDonald's atmosphere, and they might naturally create a hierarchy of managers. Not gonna talk about that right now. We're gonna talk about animals, okay? So if we have 6 basic animal groups. Fuck yes, this is what I wanted. Nice, simple pictures. Okay, so let's say we have, let's start, okay, fish we already established. Fish would survive in bathrooms, they would survive in like maybe small settings. They probably evolved to live in the pipes and the walls and underneath. Arsenization? I think I vaguely know what that means. Arsenization? Station. I could make a streamer joke about Carson. That'd be funny though. Oh yeah, carcinization is that there's only one step and it is crab. Crabs would evolve here, and they'd probably be horrifying. We have to presume this is the standard McDonald's, but I like the idea that somewhere out there is like the big McDonald's, you know? Like everyone talks about it in hushed whispers, like a legend. Like there's the big McDonald's where the city is, and everything like that. Like the Florida one, you know, the big giant fry box in Florida. How would we introduce animals? Would they all start in one area and spread out? Yes, I'm presuming this is a Noah's Ark situation. They would all start in one area and disperse naturally into the infinite. Which would mean... It would mean probably that entire different evolution groups and biomes would start to exist, because if it's infinite and they walk off in different directions, after 1,000 years, the two groups on two different sides would probably be wholly different animals. Started from the same genus. So, have you seen the world's largest McDonald's? It's in Orlando, Florida. It's the pearl, the jewel of Orlando, Florida. World's largest McDonald's. It's on I-4. It fucking rules. I'm from Florida. It's fucking huge. Oh, it used to look way cooler. Now it looks like this modern piece of shit. But yeah, it's huge, and it has an arcade in it, and it has like a 3-story play place. It fucking rules. There it is. This is it. This is the one I grew up with. They changed it now, but like this is what I'm talking about. This would be like the hidden legends of like cavemen told, like where there is somewhere out there this center of the earth, distant wonderland that is the big McDonald's. Hang on. Invertebrates, squids, jellyfish, octopi. What else are invertebrates? Okay, they're mostly fishes. So invertebrate, or no, they're not mostly fishes. They're like all those like weird fucking things that you don't think about. Some of these might survive. So like insects would probably survive. Worms could probably survive in the garbage areas. Sponges, mollusks, octopuses, all of those. Oh, where they would fit into this. I think invertebrates might be like one of the first to go. Yeah, I don't think the bathrooms in their natural evolution would support this many. I think they'd just be... Yeah, I don't think, even if there is a bunch of like aquifer style water retention tanks, I don't think it would work. So they are resilient, but they're resilient, but like there's just not enough space. I mean, they're okay. That's not true. There's an infinite amount of space. But like, I don't think that they. I mean, most of them are bottom feeders, right? Like maybe they could survive, but they would probably require them to have like this would have to work over into the theory that there are like water retention aquifers, like oceans worth of like dark water ocean sunlight. There's like just like these large vats, like no sunlight at all. Everything is a sunless creature. Yeah, like other than that, I don't think they could survive. Like unless you like were opening up like the tank of a toilet and there was a jellyfish in it, and you're like, sick. Fuck, dude. Not all invertebrates are aquatic. Okay, yeah, like sure. Okay, insects and worms and okay. Hang on, invertebrates. Okay, the sea invertebrates would be fucked. The insectual invertebrates. There we go. That's what we need. The insect vertebrates would be probably fine. Like, I think all of them could find their own way to exist. Sponges, I have high hopes for, but I'm not holding my breath. So let's say insects, yes. Jellyfish, no. Jellyfish, die off. Okay. The aquatic invertebrate are dead. Insects, though, almost all forms of insects, other than the ones that are directly parasitic to, like, something like that, like mosquitoes probably might not. Even then, they still feed from animals. I used to have to rub cream on my cat's nose because he just spent time laying out in the sun and fucking they land on his nose and like get him right in his nose and it was gross. He's got scars from it. Okay, moving on. I knew this would become a war zone, Stroxo. Don't worry about it. Fish. We have to presume fish survive in the pipes, right? That's the goal here. That's what we're thinking. Fish would only exist in like. You'd have to like gain hand, right? Like you have to be able to crawl. Like fish would have to like gain hands to like crawl their way through the pipes, right? Like they could writhe and wriggle and all that, but like at the end of the day, without a propulsion system, like not to mention, what if another fish? What if there's a traffic jam? There's another fish coming. He's got his own little hand. He's got his own little hands. But so he's like, oh wait, shit. Like you got two fish and they're coming in for a little pipe kiss. But then you have to evolve after that, and then you probably would get a lot more carnivorous, because there isn't. I guess most fish. Remember, so there's not gonna be any plant life in the water. So what you get is like two fish show up, they go head on. They got like teeth now, and they show up, and then it just becomes this like, it's like fucking making out with braces for them. Like they go teeth interlocked, and then they end up like just killing each other in the pipes. And then like a bigger, actually I guess it divides them if all of them are the same. I think eels win. I think it's an eel's world. I don't think any other creature out there can survive as well as either piranha or an eel. And what if the eels? Well, if the eels get arms, then I think they eventually turn into humans or however that shit works. I don't know how that shit works. I would have climbed out of the primordial. Okay, so let's say I'm gonna use the board for this. Way easier. So let's go ahead and let's just put on the board a fish, all the way down. Right? It's just eels. Algae? Fish aren't algae. Algae is grass. But like, I understand where you're coming from. People can eat off of algae, right? Like animals could eat algae theoretically, but what does algae take to be? What does algae need to produce? Just serve seaweed products. You speak to Grimace about that, not to me. How to grow algae? WikiHow. I want it because we have to know if the herbivores have a chance to survive in this situation. That's why we're talking about plants. Put a container with water. Add nutrients to the water. Plenty of sunlight. There's no sunlight. Algae couldn't exist. Algae could not exist. Algae is out. Herbivores are fucked. There's no reason why any herbivore fish would survive. So you just have like piranha and probably crab. Probably crab. These are our big three. These are the big three. We got eels, piranha, and crab. They're the only ones big enough to survive in the pipes, while also being deadly enough to just fight back. Crab's shell, the defense methodology they have, probably gonna do it. Piranhas, very front-loaded. Eels, tiny. They're so hard to get. So I think that would be that's our fish category. I think they're the only ones there. This is the category is also I think the only category that is quite so like simple, because the pipe systems is all we have. Bathrooms is all we have to work with. Yes, I do agree. The only way that the herbivores will survive is through the mixed salads, but the mixed salads does not have, or is not on the current menu, which means there are no mixed salads. But there have been for many years, and certain locations do make mixed salads still. Hang on, let me look up McDonald's salad. The page is busted, but it's still here. Let's look up here. Okay, so it seems like there's still some salads in existence. So there wouldn't be fresh crops, but there would be crops for the herbivores to eat. The problem more so is that watering holes become salad holes, and all the herbivores would need to get to the salad holes to eat the toppings for the day. So it'd be very much an early bird gets the worms, but it'd be like the early creature gets the salad.
Let's hear that again.
Currently maintaining Infinite McDonald's Theorum, but if you catch after this, I got you. Okay. Anyhow, so let's say we have fish. Fish are done. Let's just go ahead and mark fish off. Okay, so what's next, everybody? Next is amphibians. Amphibians have a better chance of living and turning the bathrooms into swamps. But they don't have the same ability as I don't know. How could amphibians survive in this setting? Right? Like, where would they go? Maybe water repository? Fire alarms ever went off? They might fill play paces and become... The water can't evaporate, so any still stagnant water would be there until it is drank, which probably would be pretty quick. Turn the sinks on. Dishes areas. You're right. The sinks is a great point. This is infinite sinks, so we just have like massive amounts of sinks, which is really would turn into giant swamps. It'd probably just be giant still water swamps. So we can, in fact, let's say they'll put amp. So let's see here. What kind of amphibians are there out there? Frogs? I think frogs could. Types of research limited to what McDonald's stocks, and McDonald's in stock like algae and seaweed in the toilets. Those all require too much sunlight and other products. But McDonald's at its core does not have enough for this. Amphibians can thrive in water and land, so what's the problem? Actually, I think the frogs are going to be. So let me rate amphibians, and we'll put frogs. Oh, check mark. What other creatures, right? What other creatures are there in the amphibians section other than frogs? I can only think of frogs. Salamanders, those would probably all be fine. I think all amphibians. Ah! Oh, hey, thanks for the follow. I think all amphibians are too similar. That's kind of me criticizing God. I think all amphibians are really similar, and I think that was kind of a creative, like, kind of like where God was like, oh, like how, whatever. And like, don't get me wrong, it's not like you can do a whole lot to a creature that can walk on land and also in water. Like, I get it, I understand the creative downfall there, and not to be all blasphemous or whatever, but like, could have probably gotten a little weirder with it, you know? I don't have any off the top of my head. It just feels like everything is kind of a frog. You know? You know what I'm saying? Just all frogs. Maybe dumb, but wouldn't certain bacteria just break down walls? I think there's not many walls to be broken down anyways. Like, when you go into McDonald's, they're kind of just like an open floor plan. And since there's no exterior walls to this McDonald's, it would just kind of be this like I have no idea how the structure is. We have to presume it's future, okay? Like a Dyson Sphere McDonald's, we have to presume this is like, that's how okay. So amphibians, I'm gonna mark off. I'm gonna mark amphibians. They're done. Amphibians can survive, but all amphibians are frogs. I don't care about anything else. You can try and tell me I'm wrong, or provide me with an example of something that is an amphibian that isn't a frog, and good luck to you, because they're all frogs. Reptiles are where things are gonna get a little weird. We're slowly moving towards weird here. So let me write reptiles in our checklist here. Reptile. So reptiles, right? Reptiles. Let's talk about this, right? Reptiles are, they're not amphibious. They're terrestrial animals, but they're cold-blooded typically. So that means that they would need without sunlight, they would need natural warmers, which means most of them would be around the deserts, which would be the fryers and the heat lamps, and the like. Most of those areas have small water sources, such as it can be licked off the side of the freezer machine, the condensation, and the like, and the refrigerators. So I think they would survive the water. I think they'd be fine on water for the most part. They evolved to live in the fryer oil. I think amphibians would evolve to live in the fryer water? Are amphibians cold-blooded? Oh shit, do you think we'd get like super frogs? Do you think we get like oil frogs? Like frogs that can just like live in fryer oil? They'd have to have no nerve endings, and they'd have to have like skin like, oh my god, what are materials that can survive in a fryer? Heat of McDonald's fryer. 168 degrees Celsius. Let's see what that is in Fahrenheit, because I don't know what that is. 334 Fahrenheit. Okay. All right. So we have. Okay. So we have. Do you think? Let me look here. What do you guys got? Tardigrade, you first splash fire on you wouldn't be saying that. Yeah, no, I don't fuck around with no oil. That shit's scary. Yeah, we do not have any. Do we have any creatures that live in lava? Lava creatures. Not Minecraft. Lava creatures real. I don't know what I wanted. These are lava tubes. Okay. Extremophiles? That's not what they're called. Extremophiles sound like someone turned on by doing extreme acts. Now, we have to presume... Okay. I want to talk about this. Exodia. I want to talk about that real quick. So, we have to presume Grimace is going through the steps, right? Which means he would change the fryer oil, but I don't think he would clean it. And the reason I say that is I think that Grimace would probably... Like, there would be, like, a minor cleaning, probably. You know, like, there would be, like, the routines. But I think they would all be routines. I don't think there'd be reactive cleaning. So I think there would still be dirt, and there would still be buildup in areas where there was not routine set up. So, like, in the case of, like like seating areas would probably get like vacuumed, or like they would probably get like mopped or something through some means. But like I don't think even then I don't even think it would. I think it would just roll out a like a mop bucket, and it would just be like expect people to like the employees who are no longer there, humanity that is. Okay, let's see what's the hottest living temperature an animal can live in. Hottest living temperature. Oh wait, animal hottest temperature. Hottest temperature animal can live in. The Pompeii worm. Oh, able to withstand temperatures above 100. That's half of what we need. So we might get. What are extremophiles? Sounds like you're making something up. Extremophiles. Oh, like tardigrades. That's why you were saying tardigrades. Yeah, but tardigrades aren't large enough for it to be noticed in the evolutionary chain. We might develop extremophiles though. I think we might get like in this case. Let's go look up animals that can handle the extreme heat, right? Bug trigger warning. That shit's gonna be gross in a second. 170 Fahrenheit. So we might get like worms in the oil, like really, really tough worms, you know? Yeah, Exodia. Yeah, he's an artificial intelligence, but he's more like a caretaker. He's like just kind of like he lacks the abilities to. It's an artificial intelligence, but it's artificial, not sentient. So it is a thing just going through the motion. Okay, so we might get worms. Sea bacteria. Well, the problem is we don't have deep sea. We don't have any high pressures. Like we only have high heat, no high pressure system. So we might get like worms and amphibians. That's 122 degrees Fahrenheit. That ain't shit. Tardigrades. Even tardigrades can't even survive in oil. Holy shit.
Let's hear that again.
Holy shit. So what we might get is basically we get oil worms. We get worms in the oil. That's it. That's now we know. Now we know. Insects would probably fill up those like gaps in our societal system here. Okay. But yeah, so this is I don't know, man. I have no idea. I honestly I lost track of what the fuck we were just talking about. Reptiles would exist. Alligators, crocodiles, dead. They're gone. There's not enough water to support either of them. Even there's no sand. So sand reptiles are out. They have no methods of camouflage. The only reptiles I can see that would survive are the ones with natural settings of camouflage, right? So it would be like you get chameleons, you get like ultramagnetic functions off oxygen. It does, yes. It definitely functions off of oxygen, but the oxygen is definitely filtered in through an external system because there's no natural producers. Other than, oh wait a minute, we forgot something important. McDonald's always have some sort of like silly little plants they put around, like a little like a corner plant in the room. There's not a lot, but there would still be some forms of dirt and plants, and I would presume they would get, if like one of them died, it would get replaced probably. So we would have tiny amounts of herbology and tiny amounts of dirt. In an infinite landscape, an infinite time period, we would presume that more through just, you know, animals being animals, there probably would slowly be a buildup of dirt in certain areas. They would immediately be worse. Yes, I do agree. But if, you know, in a scenario where we are lucky, maybe those creatures eat that shit, they die, the seeds in their body fall into the dirt that is smashed from the pot, and they produce more plants. I think it's unlikely though. Realistically, they eat that shit before it's not enough plant. And animals don't give a fuck about keeping the environment safe as long as they're eating. But you know, who are we to throw stones? Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? We're killing the earth. Anyhow, so let's say in the fryer, or we already know in the fryer, or reptiles. That's it. We're talking about reptiles. Take a look at reptiles. I think snakes could exist, but I think they'd have a more difficult time. Snakes would be very restricted. Tile, it does not retain heat. So the snakes would probably spend a lot of time just like being constantly cold. They'd have to hang out on heat lamps and all. I don't know if that would work, really. Yeah, reptiles might be bone. I don't think. Can anyone think of any reptiles that would be natural survivors? Chameleon? You get like linoleum-colored chameleons. Maybe like. Look up kinds of reptiles. Let's look up types of reptiles, huh? Types of reptiles. Turtles! Turtles, I think, would be fine. I think turtles would be fine. I think turtles are... They would be slow, but you'd probably just get, like, turtles that hang out in between the, like, the sinks and the fryers and, like, the heat lamps just waiting for food, and they'd probably just graze on the salad bar. So, I think turtles would be fine. They certainly don't want energy. Geckos, chameleons, they'd be okay. Iguanas, probably okay. Snakes, I think, would be kind of fucked. You see, rodents would do well, so I think snakes would too. The problem is snakes are cold-blooded, and without a heat source, the snakes would just be cold all the fucking time. They'd probably be dormant, and there's no nocturnal cycle, so the snakes would never even know when to hunt. Well, I mean, they would just evolve to be daytime hunters as well. But like, as a general rule of thumb, I think snakes would be just like, damn. Well, they use chromatopores. What the fuck? Chromatopores. The fuck is this? Is that what their skin is? The one that like changes the colors? Alright, whatever. Who cares? Fucking animal. Color changing cells? Okay, that's what I thought. Alright. So I think as a whole, reptiles would be okay. I think snakes would be. I have yet to see an argument for snakes that would convince me otherwise. I think snakes are damn. But otherwise, I think most other kinds of reptiles would probably be okay. It is interesting. We found the only setting I can think of, the only world environmental setting in which a snake is absolutely fucked. Pipe snake? That's just an eel, though. But I hear you. Water moccasins might still exist. Water moccasins maybe could exist. I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind. Water moccasins maybe still exist. So let's say, let me transfer my notes here. Fish. Okay. Amp. Reptiles. Okay, so far, fish. Shit. Hang on. Fish would be, it was what? Eels, crab, piranha. So we have, oh shit, I messed up. Hang on, I'm bad at writing. Bad at science. Okay. Okay, so here we are. Fish. We have eels, crab, piranha. Those are our three major survivors. Okay, so we have under fish, we have eels, crab, and piranha, right? And then under amphibians, it's just frogs. It's frogs all the way down. There's no other kind of amphibian. Fuck you if you say different. Reptiles? Fuck snakes. Everything else? Yeah, okay. So let's go to the next one here. The next ones on our list are birds. Birds. So now we have birds. Now birds are going to be really interesting, right? Because birds fly around, they squawk, they yell, they get angry, stuff. They kind of hang out, they strip feathers. What? How would birds? I think bird trapped in Dyson sphere must use all of its wits to get out of this one. I think birds would be fine. Actually, I think birds would be. Yeah, I think ground-dwelling birds like the kiwi or like chickens become like raptors. Yeah, I definitely would agree with that. I think birds would evolve back towards raptors. I think most birds, like flying birds, would probably be fine. I would say probably albatross would be fucked. And birds would just become short flight creatures. The hummingbird is fucked. The hummingbird is done. I'm sorry to the hummingbird. Not gonna work out. Are done. Lots of birds are highly specialized in their diets. It's true. This is true. I think a lot of birds would be done for, but like our pigeons, our basic birds, you know, crows, ravens. Or not birds. Sorry, chickens. I think a lot of those birds would probably be okay. You know, they keep supplies underneath of the trays that would get replenished, and there's quite a bit of them. Those scavenger birds would probably be fine. Also, they eat other animals. You know, like most of the birds would probably hang out near the trays and just eat shit that walk by. So I think birds. I'm gonna write under birds. I'm gonna write chicks rock. Under birds, I'm gonna write chicks rock. I think that'll get my point across. I don't think we need to do a whole lot of work with birds. Oh God. The only places that I can think of in a McDonald's that have doors are the freezers, manager's office, and the bathroom. So most of the time they wouldn't fucking doors. But yeah, I think all the doors would inevitably get broken or like stuck on something. There are stairwells. There are stairwells. Yes, I do believe there would have to be stairwells. I think they would be weird. Probably to get to the next floor, it would be through the play place. I had to get because there's no McDonald's out there other than the world's largest McDonald's in Orlando, Florida, on the I-4 or I-Drive rather. That one has stairs, but I think no other McDonald's I can think of have stairs. The rest of them would probably need to go through the play place and through like the birds can fly up in there. Like on the outskirts and the giant like holes. But I think generally speaking, there would be like, since it's like essentially, it'd be like a series of first floor buildings stacked on top of each other. Crippling depression. They're just through all avians. They realize they'll always be caged in. You're putting a lot on a bird. You're putting a lot of thought onto a bird. I'll be quite fucking honest with you. Okay. I don't think birds have the intelligence. I don't think birds get depression. What about the flamingos? 50-50 shot for the flamingos. 50 fucking 50. Like that could go either way. If the flamingos find a biome that complements them, like the bathroom, and they can find a way to pluck fish out of the toilets, they're good. But otherwise, 50-50. It's not looking good for flamingos. Not looking terrible, but it's not looking good. Yeah, they do have an extremely specialized diet, but I think they would evolve or die off. Presuming they evolve, they would just evolve to eat right. Stop being so fucking extra. Spurvlin, are you trying to convince me right now that birds get depression? About birds being unhappy if you don't let them out of their cages? Sure.
One more time.
Sure. But these are birds that are born in the... You know, they've only ever known the cage. And the cages are still I will remind you, may not be very tall, but they are infinitely long. So a bird could theoretically fly at like 10 feet up in the air forever. The birds are dumb as shit. Birds can learn copying mechanisms. That's it. They evolved from dinosaurs. Are you calling dinosaurs smart? Are you about to stand out here and call a dinosaur smart? Open up cages and do shit? Bro, every animal can open a cage, do shit. Like birds just have copying mechanisms, which is not the same as intelligence. They like, there's a difference between intelligence, cleverness. Birds can be clever, like cats can, but they are not smart. Bro, babies just copy mechanisms from their parents. Babies are birds. Yeah, humans are stupid at birth, but birds are stupid as adults. Bro, birds don't have frontal cortexes, lobes and shit. Gray parrots will kick butt ass. I mean, they were apex predator until they got fucked by meteor, which is the same thing that's gonna kill us if fascism get us first. Okay, I understand. You're allowed to have that opinion. I get it. That makes sense. Magpies mourn their dead. Magpies also pass the mirror test. So does my fucking cat. Bro. My cat's dumb as fuck. Birds are dumb as fuck. They don't know math. They don't know, like they don't know math. They don't know shit. Boss dumb as fuck. He's clever. He's dumb as fuck. He's fuck. All right, the fucking bird defenders are. Oh look, bird Twitter is gonna show up. Oh great. All right, I'm moving on. I am moving on now. We're talking. How much math do you know, streamer? Relevant. Relevant. Eat my raven core ass. What's that mean? Is that the fucking? Is that the fucking? Ain't that the house from Harry Potter? Anyhow, mammals, guys. We were talking about mammals. We were talking about mammals previously. Okay. So let's talk about mammals. Let's abandon pandas. Are they okay? I think pandas are okay, actually. They have specialized diets of bamboo, which would be unfortunate. But I do think pandas, in their size and girth, would be able to secure down a topping bar somewhere and have like little panda cul-de-sacs. I don't think things can fuck with a panda. I don't think pandas can be fucked with. Let's see here. Obviously, there's a shit ton of mammals. We're gonna need to pull up some like parts. All right, let's go through a list of mammals. Hang on. Nope, that's not it. List of mammals. There's bananas, so monkeys are. Oh boy. Okay. All right, let's look at some options here. We're gonna go through this in kind of a rapid pace and try and figure this out. Okay. So carnivores. Are carnivores fine as a whole? Yes. Carnivores can eat other animals. As long as the primary producers are fine, we're fine. Yeah, the carnivores will exist. Bats. Probably fuck. I'm sorry? Hang on. Are you trying to say that because birds collect shiny objects, it makes them smart? Bro, your mom collects big nut. Fuck you. Alright, anyhow, moving on. Bro, your mom can use my tool. Fuck you! Fuck you guys. Fuck birds. Fuck you. We're moving on. I want to talk about bats, goddammit. This fucking classroom is out of control. Okay. Bats are fucked. There's no nighttime. Bats are done for. Ravens are aesthetically cool. I get it. You know, I play D&D. I get it. Ravens are cool. But, like... I think bats are birds. Fucking what?
One more time.
Hang on. Thank you. Thank you, Skylar. Okay, moving on now. Bats are done for. Marsupials, I think, are fine. Are marsupials worse? Doesn't say. Primates, monkeys. Are monkeys okay? Monkeys are fine. There's bananas. One time, and they can eat Big Macs. Monkeys would learn to eat Big Macs. They peel them like banana. Would peel the fucking thing like banana. Monkey Big Mac. Monkey eat big. Monkey eat. Hang on. Second Life community? What the fuck? Wait, what is this? Where did I just stumble into? Where am I? What? Second Life community? What? Hi, I was looking at this. Boring day on SL today. I think I'll liven up my afternoon by feeding a whole Big Mac to a cat. Anyone would think I should or shouldn't do this? I don't own a cat, but I do own 5 even macaws, Glossum, Titus, Sir Bendelot, Twinkie, and Nutkins. I think it'd be interesting to feed Nutkins a Big Mac for his supper. What do you think? Should I do it? Okay, the furry has spoken up. Thank you. Oh my god. Is the test you determine a replicant or a lesbian, Mr. Deckard? They're being horny. Of course they are at Second Life. There it is. Unky. What's the context? So I bought Nutkins a Big Mac and he seemed to not want it. So I persuaded him by blowing a hairdryer in his face and he eventually had half of it but is now crying. Here he is after about 10 minutes after. Bought Nutkins a big... So I bought Nutkins a Big Mac, and he seemed to not want it. So I persuaded him by blowing a hairdryer in his face, and eventually had half of it, but is now crying. Here he is, 10 minutes after.
Let's hear that again.
Someone take this image. I'm gonna post it in the Discord. Can someone take this image and label it Nutkin? Put it through like a meme generator or something, so I can have that for later. Nutkin, I think, is gonna. Oh, I can't stop thinking about it. Oh my god, Nutkin. Hang on, I'm putting this on Twitter. I'm putting this on Twitter. Hang on. I need to... Hang on. Copy image. Why are we in a different tab now? Whatever. I don't care. Copy image. Boom. Okay. We'll go back to the monkey eating a Big Mac in a second. I gotta put this on Twitter. Nutkin! Okay. How do you even get a monkey? When I was little, Spider Monkey pulled my hair at the zoo, so I say that I was nonplussed at the time. I wouldn't, well, I don't want a monkey. Years ago, I had a macaque. Why is this on the second life thread? Years ago, I had a macaque that I rescued for some weirdo at a flea market. His name was Jason. He was such a pain in the ass. LOL. I loved him dearly, though. No one should have an animal of any sort if they're not willing to take the proper care of that animal. I'm sure the OP is a bit of a troll, but still. Just to update everyone, Nutkid died shortly after this experiment. I'm not too bothered as I have 4 more. I can get a new baby replacement, but maybe feeding Big Macs to macaques isn't advisable if you want them to live. When did this take place? They done boys. Fuck me, man. Community reputation of excellent. I can share this? Oh, hang on, I can share this thread? Ooh, hang on. Bro. Bro. Years ago, a college friend had a honey bear, Kinkajou, that routinely terrorized everybody by climbing into the kitchen cupboards at night to play peekaboo with the first person out for breakfast. That rules. It would entertain itself at 4 a.m. by turning on the TV and maxing out the volume. Not only should people not have pets and normally take care of them, but nobody should have a pet that's nocturnal with a prehensile tail and opposable thumbs. It's just nuts. Hope you didn't let the experiment go to waste. Peel and eat him. He'd be sort of like a turducken or a Big Mac squared. Oh man, that's good. This is not where I expected to be. Can we get a Nutkins emote? Yeah, we're gonna get a Nutkins emote. I'm already settled on that. We're gonna get a Nutkins emote. If somebody can cut out Nutkins and throw it in there, I'll add it to our Twitch page right the fuck now. I will go into this fucking creator dashboard and we'll add Nutkins right now. I'll see what I can do. Oh my god, Nutkins! Okay. I have to go back to what I was doing. I need to go back to what I was doing. Holy shit, Nutkins. Whoa! Alright, okay. Infinite McDonald's. Infinite McDonald's. Infinite McDonald's. Mammals. Mammals. Where's the list of mammals? Marsupials, primates, they're fine. Rodents are fine. What the fuck is this? Monotremes are one of the main groups of mammals. Monotremes are typified by the structural differences in their brain structures. Oh, these are dirt eaters, aren't they? Ooh, these guys might be fucked. Oh man, I'm really stunned by Nutkin. Platypus, the echidna. Okay, these creatures, monotremes, they're done. They're done. They can't survive. There's not enough dirt. What are ceticians? Oh yeah, these guys are done for. Bears?
One more time.
You guys think bears would survive? I don't know if bears would survive. I think bears are get vicious in strength, so they would just turn into Wolverine. Yeah, I don't think bears could like. There's not. I don't think there's enough. I think bears would probably evolve and size down into Wolverines. So we'll discard bears. We'll say Wolverines. There's not enough forest really to support them. Eli Day? Oh, that's cats. Cats would thrive in this environment, probably. Cats are already a kind of a fucking, like, invasive species anyhow, so I think cats would be just fine. Deer? No. Deer are too big. Deer are too big. They're too big. They're too big and too stupid and not they're just, they would not survive. Polar bears survive in freezers and ambush predators. Elephants are fucked. We mentioned elephants much earlier. Elephants die out instantly, and they go out with the bear. The bears kill all the elephants and the deer, and then the bears die. I think polar bears sizing down and becoming drop bears inside of freezers is a horrifyingly real possibility. Oh god, there's a lot of shit going on. Look at that later. Squirrels? They would lose nuts. I think but they also wouldn't have winters. They would need to hibernate through. So they might be okay. If they can survive off of eating trash and like random other shit, I think squirrels are fine. If they can't, they only survive off tree stuff, squirrels are done for. Sloths? I think sloths are okay. I think sloths are okay, guys. I'm just gonna put that down under this. I think sloths are okay. Giant squids? No, there are no. The sea life is restricted to. We already said all sea life would probably turn into just eels, crabs, and piranhas. Okay. Nothing giant can make it, and no sea life can make it, besides the things that live in really horrifying pipes. They are nightmare pipes. Otters and seals, they're done. There's no, that's not survivable for them. Even if otters hung out in toilets all the time, which would be cool, but it wouldn't work. Rhinos, dead. Even-toed undulates, probably dead. Hedgehogs, I give them 50-50. That's not bad. That's not bad chances in this situation. Wombats, probably. Pangolins, I want them to survive. I don't know if they will. Let's see. Anything else? Anything else in particular that brings up attention? That isn't obvious. Rabbits, probably fine. Armadillos, probably fine, but tough. Be tough living for an armadillo. Horses are fucked. Javelinas? Pigs? I think javelinas and pigs and the like would be fine. But I think they would be like, they'd be boars. They'd probably be just, honestly, they'd probably just be like great for like destroying open doors to these supplies underneath the salad bar. And then probably just chowing down on those suckers. Okay, so I think we narrowed down. I think it's come down to our basics we have worked out. Our world, in this case, the infinite McDonald's question. It would be no sunlight, no nighttime, very few herbs, and very confusing water access situation. That would be a lot like watering a whole bathroom. Would have the setting would be probably a Dyson sphere set around a star or another planet that would form like a magma planet that would form power it. It'd be run by the AI Grimace, running the routines but not checking on the residents. There's no human to fill the gaps in his programming. The biomes would be split up between seating areas, fryers, bathrooms, play place, manager office, cashiers, and drive-through counters. Drive-through counters that have windows that lead further into more McDonald's. And I think those environments connect in a jigsaw pattern, a random jigsaw pattern. Strange amalgamation of Uncanny Valley McDonald's. The animals themselves, I think it's safe to say, fish, eels, crabs, piranhas. I don't think anything else in the scenario of the fish market can survive. Really, it's just going to be pipes filled with awful, evil, eldritch creatures. Amphibians. It's just frogs. They're all frogs. They're fine. They just live in the sea. Reptiles. Everything else fine. Snakes, get fucked. Birds. Chicks rock. Birds be fine. Let's say. Mammals. Sloths are okay. Everything else is more or less fine. The big ones die. The little ones thrive. And, I think that's all animal types, no? I think that's it. I think we've solved the infinite McDonald's. I think it would, like, you'd get probably weird things. You'd get worms that learn to survive in fryer oil. You'd get, like, most of the bugs would probably, realistically, the bugs would probably create natural dirt inside of the salad bar trappings. But the problem is without, couldn't produce much, but there are bananas. There's a good chance you might get banana trees at some point. Would be cool. Where's that McDonald's menu? Most creatures would be chumby. They'd be surviving off of McDonald's food. Fine. Like it'd be doable. It wouldn't be good for them, but then it'd be fine, I think. A hard living, but they're fine. I think locusts end up choking out all life as they migrate from one McDonald's to the next, consuming all lettuce along the way. Does anything eat locusts? I'm not an ancient Egyptian. I don't give a shit about that problem. That would be a damn shame, probably. Yes, there would be husks of McDonald's, but also consider that they just keep producing. So, like, it would be all these supplies get refreshed on the daily. So it'd be an infinite environment. Anyways, I'm not looking up locusts. It's gonna weird me out. I can't think of anything we missed. Does anyone have any ideas? Anything we missed? I want to Google locusts. Locusts. Yeah, they're just
blowing out your ass.
Awful little bitches. Just terrible little hopper bitches. Yeah. Okay, let me just look up Prince of... No, I don't want to get copyright struck. Okay, goats would thrive the most, IMO? Yeah, goats would be the bread and butter of our new society. Okay, hear me out, guys. What if I ran a tabletop game? Like I streamed a tabletop game in the infinite McDonald's settings where you played as a what is that game? Horizons Zero Dawn or whatever the fuck it is? Would you guys what do you guys think if I ran a setting in the infinite McDonald's that was sort of like a mix between the manga Blame and Horizon Zero Dawn of like cavemen folk inside of an infinite McDonald's? You guys think that'd be fun? Like a one-off? Okay. All right, we're gonna do that. We're gonna run that. I'll put some more information up about the infinite McDonald's and getting some people, get some of you guys in there because you guys helped me build this, and it'd be a fun group experiment. I will use an incredibly... Stop writing my homeroom campaign for this. You want in? You want in, Ash? You want in? You wanna run around my little world? You wanna run around my little McDonald's? My little play place? So I think that's what we'll do. I'll run a Horizon Zero Dawn style game in the Infinite McDonald's sometime. I don't know when. Probably a few weeks. Whenever it takes me. Thanks for coming today. I'm fucking done. That was it. We solved the problem. That was literally all I wanted to stream today. That was all the only that was the energy I had. I'm gonna send you guys over to my dear sweet friend Claire.
Alright, I can't get that monkey.
Monkey! Okay, here you go, guys. The word of the day is gonna be Nutkin. We're gonna go in there, we're gonna say R.I.P. Nutkins, okay?
Oh shit.
And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna
Nope,
get the link
not a good
ready.
time.
I'm gonna get the link ready. Where's the link?
I always use that emote.
Where's the fucking link?
What you
There
on?
it is.
What do you mean what I'm on?
Got it.
I'm just saying, cringe.
All right. Got it. Okay, everybody. Go say hi to Claire. I'm going to shoot you guys over. Here's the raid message. R.I.P. Nutkins. All right, okay, here it is. Our Big Mac Monkey. Here we go. That's our raid message. Okay, everybody, get it copy pasted. Get ready.
Oof. Filthy, is that true? Filthy, is my waifu telling the truth right now?
All right, everybody, get ready to go. Load in. Rest in peace, Nutkins. Thanks for coming, everybody.